too shallow on his angle, allowed the Dogs to get past that and get to the second level.
That was a 6-yard gain. Now here is Bennett going to fake it, and all the way into the end zone. He faked it to Dejon Edwards, who rolled to the right. Some of the defenders went with him, and Bennett has clear sailing 21 yards into the end zone for the first score of the game.
Boy, fantastic ball fake there by Dejon Edwards. That captured every TCU defender's attention, and then Stetson Bennett able just to waltz into the end zone. Big block, too, by one of the Georgia offensive linemen. We'll get that number here in just a second, but a huge seal block allowing Stetson to walk in for the opening score.
Bennett so excellent at the play fake there, and a 21-yard touchdown, his 9th rushing touchdown of the season. Georgia on the board first. A little Horned Frog blood on their hands. The kick after by Podlesny is up and good, and it's 7-0 Bulldogs in the national championship game. Timeout here in Los Angeles. Our first half presented by attorney Ken Nugent. Injured in a wreck. There's only one call. That's all. 1-800-CALL-KEN. Dogs 7. Horned Frogs nothing on the Bulldog Sports Network. Ball's on the 31 for the Horned Frogs. And they get it to one of the receivers. The ball comes out. He's stripped on the far side. Pile for the football. Georgia's got the ball.
Boy,
Bullard made up for it, Z.
Sure, a great defensive play there.
I feel is a fumble
by the Dogs. TCU got outside to contain immediately, but a great move inside by Bullard, able to get back outside. Christopher Smith stripped the ball, and then Bullard able to fall on it. You're right, making up for it in fine fashion right there.
They ran a jet sweep with Davis to the left. He got to the edge. Snap it back to Duggan. He's going to run it in easily, untouched. Sprints in, standing up around the left tackle. Touchdown TCU. And they close the gap. It's 10-6 with the point after coming.
Read option there by Max Duggan. Just kind of rode the fake into the line of scrimmage. Dogs had to collapse and honor the fake. Duggan pulls it, able to walk into the end zone, and TCU right back in this football game. Big play there, the busted coverage by the Dogs in the secondary.
Gash play of 61 yards through the air. Put TCU in strong scoring position. They take advantage of it. Here's the snap and the hold, and the kick for the extra point is good by Griffin Kell when we snap it again.
I think Stet wanted to go downfield on that one. Faked the bubble screen outside. Didn't like his pitcher. And again, the patience of Stetson Bennett starting this football game. Really, really a positive sign.
Dejon Edwards in the backfield. Play fake. Stet sets up to throw. Pressure coming on. Wide open McConkey. Reaches up high. Touchdown. Touchdown McConkey. Nobody near him.
Boy, just an out and up there by McConkey. And not a Horned Frog in sight. Great job, great play design there. McConkey running absolutely wide open down the left sideline.
Stetson took a good hit at the end of that throw. There was nobody within 20 yards of Ladd McConkey. He just reached up high right on the goal line, eyeballing that ball right into his hands for a running into the end zone, standing up touchdown of 37 yards. Here's the point after try by the Bulldogs to try to go up 17-7. Bennett will hold. There's the snap back. The placement is good. The kick is good by Jack Podlesny. Georgia 17.
To get outside and contain when TCU was actually in a pretty good position to make a play.
He had Bowers as the lead blocker in that split backfield. Bennett's going to take it and stroll into the end zone. Touchdown!
Student body left, snap it to my athletic quarterback, get a couple of lead blockers out. TCU acts like they've never seen that play before in their life as nobody was there.
No white shirts in the area code. Bennett just zipped it right over to Muscle Beach and scored easily, trotting into the end zone, standing up, and the Dogs add 6 more. It's 23-7.
Boy, we had 2 blockers out in front of Stetson. It was Broderick Jones, and then Milton was out there as well. There wasn't even a white jersey to block.
That's a couple of scoring plays now where TCU has just giving up wide open, easy scores. One to was McConkey a few plays ago, and now that one to Stetson Bennett. Nobody there to stop him. Point after try by Pod is good. 24-7, second quarter, 8:30 to go in the national championship game here in Los Angeles. 3rd down and 7 from the 23 for TCU, their own 23-yard line. They're on the near hash coming this way to our left. Duggan back in the shotgun with one back. Snap it back. Defender flies over a blocker, and then he throws it downfield. It's intercepted by Christopher Smith. Over the shoulder interception. No, it's Bullard. Bullard intercepted the football for the Dogs. They'll tackle him back at the Georgia 19-yard line.
Boy, Dogs rolled to cover 2. Quentin Johnson was running wide open down the middle of the field. That's just a bad throw by Max Duggan. If that ball is put on the line, Quentin Johnson's catching that one and might score, but that football floated on him. And give the Dogs defensive front, especially Dumas Johnson, credit. He was the one applying pressure, made Max Duggan slide a little bit in the pocket, and he launched it right into the waiting arms of Bullard.
Dumas Johnson came on a blitz. His blocker went low, and Jamon just dove right over the top of him. That forced Duggan out of his sweet spot. He had to throw it before he wanted to. And the end result is an interception. Second turnover of the game for TCU. Dogs take over. Georgia, goal to go on the 1. 11th play of the drive coming up. Dogs on the doorstep trying to get to 30 points here in the first half. Back and forth is Bowers. Bennett back in the shotgun. Handoff. Milton lowers the shoulder, drives into the end zone. Touchdown, Dogs.
Boy, just too easy right there. Just off tackle to the right side of the Georgia offensive line behind Mims and Ratledge. And Mims and Ratledge just blowing Horned Frogs off the ball.
My goodness, that hole was enormous on the right side at right tackle. And all Milton had to do was get low and dive in there, and he hit the black in the end zone. And it's 30-7, Georgia, with Pod's kick to come. And maybe a bigger stake for Bear. He's from Denton, Texas, playing against one of his home state teams. Snap it back on 3rd and a mile. Duggan from the 2 will throw it all the way across the field. It's picked up by Bullard. Bullard got it again. Bullard picked it and then tumbled. He had a touchdown, would have had a big 6, but after the interception, he tumbled down right around the 15-yard line. Javon Bullard's got 2 interceptions in the game.
Boy, Dogs sat back, almost a Tampa 2 there, and Bullard able to go read the eyes of Duggan. Saw it all the way again. Duggan having to get rid of that football a little before he wanted to, but Javon Bullard having nothing at all to do with that, in perfect position, and the Dogs a chance to blow this thing wide open at the end of the first half.
From the 22, 2nd and 10 for the Dogs. 32 seconds to go. Bennett to throw. Right angle, one-on-one coverage, and caught, I think. Yeah, touchdown, Mitchell. He's still fighting the guy. TCU ended up with the ball when they came out of the pile, but the officials say touchdown.
Boy, that was a 50-50 ball there. A.D. Mitchell going up, did a great job of giving Stetson Bennett plenty of room on the outside. He goes up, able to use his body and then haul that football in. Came down with it. Good call there on the replay that we just saw. I'm sure they're going to look at it again, though.
I think they already did. I think the official just said it was confirmed. It's a touchdown. 2 tight ends that side. Bennett takes the snap in the shotgun, throws for the corner. Brock Bowers one-on-one. Caught! Touchdown! He ate him alive! Falls down into the end zone. 6 more for Georgia.
What a game Brock Bowers is having. We had that bunch formation and got him through that formation one-on-one with the matchup that we wanted. Just a fade route from an inside tight end alignment. And Brock Bowers, you get him one-on-one. I don't care who it's with. He's got the advantage. He's just so big and goes up with those strong hands and rips that one down, and Dogs pay dirt once again.
22-yard touchdown pass. Bennett put it in a perfect spot. He had one-on-one with his all-star tight end. And Bud Clark, no, it was Abe Kamara that time, the free safety. No match for number 19. Went up and got it. And it's 44-7. Now here's the point after try. Pod nails it perfectly, splits the pipes. It's 45-7. Van Pran up over the football, ready to snap it back to Bennett in the shotgun. We're on the TCU 14-yard line. Bennett to throw, lobs it to the right corner. There's McConkey. He got on his donkey and made a sliding catch in the right corner. Touchdown!
Boy, inside slot position from that trips look. He runs a corner route. Everybody else clears back out to the left as he's going to his right. Lot of green grass or black turf over there in the TCU end zone. Perfectly thrown football there by Stetson Bennett. Let it go early. Let your receiver go get it. And Dogs continue to pour it on.
What a soft toss by Bennett.
As he can spin the football, and a couple of passes here in his short stint in this football game, just lasers coming out of that right arm.
From the 13, we stay in the shotgun on first down. Hand it off to Robinson. He moves down the line of scrimmage looking for a hole. He found one. He's going to go into the end zone. Touchdown, Robinson. No, they're going to say he's down just outside, inside the one. Wow, what a run by the freshman Robinson. He looked like he was going to stop just beyond the line of scrimmage, but he kept going. Georgia's going to get back on the line and go quickly. Hand it off to Robinson, straight ahead from inside the one. Did he break the plane? The officials are running in. Yeah, there's the signal. Arms go up in the air. Touchdown, Branson Robinson.
Boy, and Dogs just continue to pour it on. What a run on the play before the touchdown. Branson Robinson had no business even getting close to the goal line. Somehow keeps his balance, turning those legs, continue to fight. And boy, the future of the Dogs looks good.
Robinson with his second touchdown of the year. And the one he'll probably remember the most in the national championship game. 58-7. And the point after try from Pod is coming. And this is Thorson in the game to hold instead of Stetson Bennett. So the punter comes in to hold so that Stetson doesn't have to re-enter the ball game, and the kick is good. The result's still the same from Jack Podlesny, and the Dogs lead it 59-7. National championship 9 minutes and 24 seconds away for your undefeated Georgia Bulldogs. Our second half brought to you by First Franklin Financial. Visit 1ffc.com to learn more. Back to LA after this. Bulldog Sports Network. Carson Beck is the quarterback. Stetson Bennett has already made his exit here in the fourth quarter. Oscar Delp, the tight end, out at a wideout on this near side. Will run it with Robinson, who scored a few moments ago. Shakes and bakes at the 20, at the 15, at the 10, to the 5. Pylon touchdown, left corner.
Boy, a massive hole opened up just off tackle. And once again, Dogs able to get outside and contain. We've been doing it all afternoon. 65 points on the board in a national championship game. My goodness.
And by a quick check, this is by far the most lopsided championship game in the history of the game. We found a Nebraska-Florida score in the '96 Fiesta Bowl back in the old days of the championship. 62-24 was the final in that one. That was a 38-point difference. This one is far different from that. Complete domination, and that's an understatement, as the extra point try is no good by Podlesny.
His leg might be worn out.
Oh my gosh, a rare miss. .53 seconds to go, clock still running. TCU's not going to stop it. Dogs will take another snap and another knee with Carson Beck. And we may have to snap it one more time. Yep, we will. Just a couple of seconds difference between the game clock and the play clock. And this will be the last snap of the 22 season. There it is. Beck takes the knee. And the countdown begins, 23 seconds. Dogs aren't waiting for that clock to get to 0. They've hit the field, celebrating here at SoFi Stadium. TCU begrudgingly walks to the middle of the field. Georgia on the logo, celebrating back-to-back Nats. Perfection wears red and black tonight. 15-0. The Dogs have done it and won a second consecutive national title And you can't be any more impressive than the way they did it tonight. 65-7. The Bulldogs leave their most abrasive mark of the season, and they made them quit. Let me tell you what, 65-7 the final, and let's soak it in.
Scott, it was a perfect game to cap off a perfect season. So many questions coming into this game about the Dogs in the last two games that they had prior to playing TCU, where it looked like chinks were finally in the armor of this Georgia defense against LSU, against Ohio State. Somehow we find a way to go win and raise question marks everywhere. Today there are no question marks. A perfect season for a Dogs team that continue to fight, continue to get better, led by one of the grittiest performers in Stetson Bennett that the college game has seen, and what a way to cap off this season, what a way to cap off his career. Dogs on top of the mountaintop once again.
868th program victory, none more memorable than this one tonight, as the confetti flies up and down and all over SoFi Stadium, the open-air stadium. The wind is blowing it around up into our booth here, high atop the stadium in the left end zone. 15-0, never been done before in Bulldogs sports history. Back-to-back championships, the first to ever do it in the college football playoff era, and the first team to win back-to-back titles since Alabama a smidge more than a decade ago, but that was in a different format. This Georgia team dominated from start to finish tonight. The Horned Frogs were no match for the Bulldogs, and the Dogs are going to get some more hardware momentarily as they move the stage onto the field, down to the far right end. It's time to celebrate. I think some people are already celebrating, if I know what I'm smelling, if you know what I mean. Oh, my goodness. The policy has been waived at SoFi Stadium.
Well, the cigars are out on the field right now.
That ain't it.
As players are getting them passed around, we're holding up newspapers with the headline "Perfect" on them.
And it was. It was indeed. I mean, you know, you struggle to find some second half adjustments for this team that we did to start the second half, and the second half was almost as much perfection as the first half. To win this game, a national championship stage, by 58 points is unimaginable.